thing about Abba and Preach that they don't know about me. They haven't they don't bother me enough yet. But I'll tell you this. I'm fucking insane. And if you want to do the war thing, that's my favorite thing in the world. But I'm close.
God.
Now you know how we felt when you kept doing that touch.
Pause it.
Uh-oh.
First of all, dumbasses, you were being transphobic. A bunch of those. I mean, he watched like Abba and was it Abba and Preach or Abba and
Abba and
He watched them a lot.
No. Oh. It's Peaches and Cream.
Peaches and Cream. Okay.
Same shit.
I have no opinion on those guys because every time I've talked about them, they've cut like so many videos.
They're giant pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They're assholes. And
I think they're like
they're peaches
like,
and cream. They're soft.
They can sometimes be like agreeable, but I think that's why it's like kind of insidious. Where
they're soft. Bro.
So Ethan Klein, what are you? They're soft.
That's like the Pillsbury Doughboy looking at you, going, "You kind of frumpy."
Yeah. It's like, dude, really?
They can sometimes be like agreeable, but I think that's why it's like kind of insidious. Where
they're soft. Bro.
They'll come across like reasonable at certain points, and then they'll just say something so unhinged. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, I'm sorry. Y'all guys get in front of the camera and talk like you're.
His definition of unhinged is just saying that trans women don't belong in women's sports. Whoa!
Points, and
I'm
then
sorry.
they'll just say something so unhinged. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, I'm sorry. Y'all guys get in front of the camera and talk like you're preaching. Dude, you guys are soft. They take shit out of context to try to like quote unquote dunk.
Okay, but all of that aside, just as a nickname.
Peaches and cream, because they're soft, bro. They're like a nice sweet bowl of oatmeal.
Thank you, Hasan.
I don't really like it that much.
Not good.
Okay, I think it demasculates them, and that's why I like it.
Oh, these guys are so masculine. It's getting on my nerves. They need to be demasculated. So peaches and cream it is. I don't want these guys to be masculine. So let's demasculate them, and that's gonna be much better.
It's funny how hold on. It's funny how motherfuckers are always the first one to be, oh, you know what? Gay this, gay that, LGBTQ mumbo jumbo, whatever the fuck. And then the first chance you get to weaponize that bitch, you do it. There you go, Ethan. I'm soft. Okay, you a bitch. You a whole bitch.
Why you triggered?
And you instrumentalize all that shit. That's what you do. Oh no, gays this, gays that, equality, all that good stuff. But the minute you want to weaponize this, and I'm gonna tell you, all the people from the LGBTQ community, just notice this shit from people that say that they're allies to you, okay? Watch how they move to insult other That's being you is an insult for them. When you got a bunch of people on your side, and they're like, yeah, oh, well, what's wrong? You probably take it in the end. They taking what you are. They taking what you are and then using it against another person. That's not an ally.
Let's just also appreciate their way to insult us is to make us sound more feminine.
Oh yeah, it's feminine, so it's soft, so it's bad. That's you.
I don't even care.
I don't care, but that's you. That's what you do.
I think it's funny when someone says like, yo, people, it's funny because the red pillars do the same thing.
Yeah.
They'll try to make you sound more feminine. Oh, that's feminine energy. You do the exact same thing. And this is why we tell you a lot of these feminists or red pillars are two sides of the same coin. When it comes down to it and they get upset, they use the exact same language. Notice, we never said Ethan's a feminine type of dude. Easy could have done that. We don't. Because I don't think there's anything wrong. If you're a feminine, masculine man, go ahead, live your best life. But for these guys, that's actually a bad thing. So no matter how much they portray any of these virtues, when it comes down to it, when they got to get dirty, they use the exact same ammunition.
But there have been times, I think one that comes to mind was maybe Jordan Peterson that you described as probably being someone that would be a bottom. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But like I've heard you at times maybe say like, oh, this is someone that might be a bottom. You can't always tell like who's the top, who's the bottom.
So do you find it offensive if I say by being like, oh, he's probably a bottom? Is that the problem?
Absolutely.
It's offensive.
Because the gay men already you have to deal with certain assumptions about femininity and masculinity.
I mean, it is funny though.
That's all I'm asking for, is just be a little more conscious of it.
So would you consider yourself a top or a bottom, or you don't do that the labels?
And I mean this with all peace and love and with respect, Ethan. It's none of your business.
But you
How
have a
is it?
preference one way or the other.
But that's another dangerous assumption too.
Can I
because a lot of
guess?
gay men don't.
You tell me if it's right, if I guess right. If you're on the bottom,
really
it doesn't
know.
mean you're like a beta. You could be alpha and also still be on the bottom. But if you were, does the poop pass like any differently from before? Is it all normal functions? Like I get it doesn't leak out, but I wonder if it just comes out a little. The labels.
Just understand. Like I said, I don't really care that you call us peaches and cream, apples and peach, whatever.
There's a reason you do it when
I think
drinking
nicknames
flames.
like that are funny. You guys constantly police other people's language. Talk about this is transphobic. This is, bruv, have you heard yourself?
Thing about Abba and Preach that they don't know about me. They don't bother me enough yet. But I'll tell you this. I'm fucking insane. And if you want to do the war thing, that's my favorite thing in the world. But I'm close.
God.
They're pathetic. They're liars. They're dishonest, and they're phonies. They're not even genuine. That's the thing, right? Here, look at this.
I like how Hasan's quiet, like, man, I don't want to be involved in this nonsense.
So I was like, yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This whole like internet war beef is the most corny shit on the fucking planet. Like I know sometimes we've been like covering people multiple times and be like, oh, there's a beef. Yeah, beef. We just cover it because it's relevant and people want to see it. People think going back and forth is just a war. Like I don't know. To me, that's just cringy language. Like people use the most violent. Like, oh, I got bear smoke for them, intellectually. Like. Just say you got a rebuttal and you're just using words. This is so stupid. Could you imagine two intellectuals be like, we're going to verbally joust in an intellectual warfare? Like, shut the fuck up. How old are you? What is this? What is this? This feels like a manga for like YouTubers.
It's Digimon.
No, this is like a whole shonen. Like this, war is serious. This internet shit is not serious. I turn off my PC, I go outside, I have a good life. Nobody cares. In real life, nobody gives a fuck about any of this. People go out to their jobs. None of this matters. So just calm down with the whole war.
I mean, look, they're like at the edge of the manosphere, and they make a lot of. They used to like own a lot of manosphere guys, but then they also have some like conservative points of view. They've cultivated a big brand for themselves.
They came out.
They're like, not that this is, I mean, you're comparing them to like some of the worst people, but like I guess they're better than Fresh and Fit and stuff for sure. Like,
Well,
that's
that's
when we first heard about
debatable.
them, was
That's
no, I'm
them
just saying,
making
like
fun
they
of
are
Fresh
more
Fit, right?
agreeable. Like they are, as far as I know, and
so, yeah.
their politics might have changed, but it seems like they're like anti-overt white supremacy stuff like that. You know what I mean? They do
the
shit
thing
on
is,
that.
I feel like they've become a gateway. I feel like the first time they talked about me was defending Fresh and Fit.
Right.
It was
That's
so
true.
bizarre. This girl called in and was telling us about this horrible date she had with Fit, and then they make a video saying how like she's a liar and fuck it. I didn't watch it. To
Yeah,
be
they're
honest.
like-
I watched some of it, but
We
it
did.
was
They're-
upsetting,
they're-
so I didn't watch
they're-
it.
Oh my god! Why are we watching this?
We're soft, yet you're the one that got the big words, but don't watch the shit that we do.
You said we're disingenuous, we're cutting you out, but you just admitted you don't even know the context of what we said.
You don't even-
and you call us a liar for it.
You
How does
call us a liar.
Man,
You
what are we
say that
talking
you
about?
say that we lie. You say that we clip. You say that we take things out of context. But you just said that we don't watch your. You don't watch your shit.
How about this? How about this, Ethan? If we're such liars and so disingenuous, just do a live stream and showcase how we took things out of context. Where the greater context, and if you're right and you showcase it, I promise you I'll get up here online and the next day I'll admit I'm wrong. Okay. But you haven't demonstrated that. You just keep repeating these talking points like you're Trump, where you can just say things and people are supposed to believe it.
Shit
Yeah,
to be
they're
honest.
like-
I watched some of it, but
did.
it was upsetting, so I didn't watch
They're
it.
centrists,
Yeah, and we know
Kind
what
of.
that means.
kind of. Like
I don't know enough
Kind
about
of.
them.
He's not.
I don't know. You know what kills me about this?
That's
It's
not as dismissing.
Ethan's like, yo, it's so crazy. They defend. No, what we just defended was you making up at false accusations or having someone come on who made false accusation and was easily proven to be a liar. Okay, that's what we talked about. The same way when the buddy sitting right across from you, Hasan, was accused by somebody else. Even though we don't like him as an individual, we still defended him. Why? Because on principle, the person who was lying against him was out here. And I hope that Hasan actually says something about that. Because when he was accused of something, he didn't mind when other people went after that girl and said, yo, she's lying. But then when it's Fresh and Fit, all of a sudden we're evil people for doing the exact same behavior. It's a bit bizarre. But anyways, like I said, y'all live your best lives.
Like I said, I don't know enough about them. I have seen like
Although,
at least some of their commentary on like trans issues, and it just seemed like cookie cutter transphobic shit. And it pops off. There's definitely a market
get
for
good
it. There's
views.
definitely an audience for it. I think they also loved when like Gideon.
It's funny looking at the landing page right now because you just see like all the thumbnails, and I'm like, damn, I want to click on those. Because I make the thumbnails, you know what I'm saying? But now just looking at them, I'm like, I can see why we click on them, you know what I'm saying? I understand you viewers, okay? I did that, and this is the first time I get to just see the whole channel. I'm like, oh shit, is this what y'all see? Okay. I would click on it too. Your face is very clickable.
My face is clickable?
Yeah. Like when I'm doing the thumbnails, I swear to God, if people don't know this, I just take a still from the video.
Yes.
I don't like make you pose or nothing.
No.
None of that. It's always a still from the same video. Yes. So I just pick a moment in the video, right? And every time I'm looking for my face, I'm like, nigga, why my face so boring? And then Preacher's like, and I'm like, yo, we with it, bro. It's not even like, oh, I always want to put, it's not that. You just have better facial expressions.
I guess.
You don't think so? Well, hold up.
I didn't say
mine are.
I said I guess.
This is mine.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, if I do this in the video, it's going in, especially if it's creepy.
Mine is
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know why, but someone playing the trumpet like a retard always makes me laugh. Yo, I don't know. Whenever I see a marching band and they're terrible, I start crying. I actually cry. You ever heard a terrible marching band?
Yeah.
That shit funny. I just feel like when I hear someone who's terrible on the trumpet just going on, I just feel like nature around them dies. I'm sorry.
Said that I was implied that I was pandering, or I was like, oh no, sorry, I was patronizing to him.
Hold up, I didn't imply that you were patronizing to me. Multiple people imply that you're patronizing to them. And I will say, your tone right now sounds very different. It doesn't sound nearly as patronizing. But there are times on your stream where you talk to minorities and the way you talk to them is incredibly patronizing, which is just a fact.
You're just a trans. You said that.
Like, a lot of minorities say that the way you talk is patronizing. So, listen, you could take it, you don't have to, but you have to understand, if you're speaking to that community and a lot of members of that community say you sound patronizing, there might be some truth to it.
I felt very, 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 very patronized watching his video.
Transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a Vosh at trans debates. I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day. Okay? There you go. Suck my dick. I despise you. I despise you more than anything else on the planet. You are fucking cancer. You are just a trans person. Sorry, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You're just a trans person.
That's fucked up.
That sounds patronizing.
If we take that and then we give it to you, you're not gonna use them. No, that's not patronizing. That's just yeah.
And it's okay. I get it. Like when you're online and you're constantly under attack by people and you feel like you're correct on an issue, sometimes the 100th person might be the thing that sets you off, and your tone is just crazy. And that's the one that gets clipped up and used every time. And maybe you're not always like that, and that's possibly true. But in those clips that we saw, you definitely sounded incredibly patronizing.
But it is what it is. Do you?
But I'm down. You guys, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking for my next dragon. You guys aren't a dragon, though. You guys are like a gopher.
True. We haven't hit that echelon yet. Yeah, you're right. I ain't even mad at it, though. Nothing wrong with that.
That we're a gopher?
Like, people were like, oh, y'all haven't hit 2 million yet. It's like, yeah, maybe we will someday. Maybe we never will. Who cares? You know, one of the most beautiful things about being on this platform is, like, being where we are, we're already extremely blessed. We were blessed when we were at 1 million. We were blessed when we were at 500,000. So anything above that is a blessing. You know, sometimes people try to use the numbers to, like, put us down. Like, yeah, you ain't at 4 million. It's like, yeah, nigga, but how many people are where we are? Like, let's just count our blessings and be happy where we're at. We get bigger, great. If we don't, we don't. But we already have a great fan base, very loyal. They really show out for the videos. They show love, and so I'm super appreciative. So, you know, it already changed my family's life. Who cares? You know? Like, that's a thing. People always like, are you excited to hit 2 million? I'm like, I really don't care. Y'all niggas changed my life already.
Yeah.
How can I ask for more?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can hit up his Patreon and you can sub to the Patreon for sure. But like, how could I ask for more? You can subscribe if you're watching because like 25% of you are not subscribed. You just be watching. But like, I can't ask for more. Well, there's also merchandise in the description box. So if you want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can't ask
the
for
rest
more.
is more. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask for it, but if you happen to click on it, shit,
I'll pay it.
Gopher on 3. 1, 2, 3. Gopher. Team Gopher.
Yeah.
Team Gopher.
Hey,
And you know what?
listen.
When we talk about people like that and they think they're insulting us,
Yeah.
that's more merch for us.
More merch.
We're gonna put out a shirt called Team Gopher.
Yeah.
And it's basically a code name for us. Team Gopher.
Their channel does well.
No, their numbers are good, but
Their numbers are really good. They know the algo. They know how to play it.
no, their channel does really good. It's impressive the numbers they pull.
Hey, we appreciate you guys. Hey, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hey, you homophobic kings, we appreciate you. Hey, that's nice of you, okay? Because, yeah, our numbers are been pretty good lately, you know?
Pretty good.
But again, if anyone's starting a YouTube channel and you guys are taking off, I want y'all to know something. YouTube is like this. You're going to have months where your fucking numbers are dipping like crazy and others where they pick up. Are you like, yo, am I falling off? People not care or whatever? Like, you got to sometimes just chill on the numbers and getting too caught up into it. It's appreciative because you get more money, but understand, even though we're on a high right now, it might dip at any point, so I don't get too caught up in it, yeah?
Tom Hanks once said, this too shall pass. Either the good or
Was
the
that
bad.
him?
He said something like that, so I don't know where he took it from, but I know that
Did he take that from Jesus? But how you gonna allow a white man to plagiarize Jesus?
I don't care. I don't care.
You gonna let a white man plagiarize another white man? The white man?
Yeah, I don't care. Hey, so
But Jesus wasn't white.
Here we go. Jesus.
Hello, my dark purple, beautiful African queens. Good day in Pan-Africanism, my brothers. Today we are brought here to discuss the history of Jesus and who he was. And he was not a white man. I repeat, he was not a white man. They said it in the Bible that Jesus of Nazareth had nappy hair. Now let me ask you, which man from the Caucasus Mountains has nappy hair? I'll wait. And I know I'll be waiting a long time, but I'll wait. The way they appropriated Jesus is the way they appropriated Africans from Africa and brought them on the slave ships to America. Do not let them lie about your history. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
Jesus Christ.
Consciousness over coochie. Politics over punani. I repeat, consciousness over coochie, politics over punani.
I don't even see what the point of this is, and now you make a correlation with Putin.
Because men out here are shucking and jiving for that punani.
That's not what we were talking about in the first place.
The reason why they say Jesus is white is for that punani. Yay!
They used to like own a lot of manosphere guys, but then they also have some like conservative points of view. They're like, not that this is, you know, I mean, you're comparing them to like some of the worst people, but like I guess they're better than Fresh and Fit and stuff for sure. Like,
well,
Like, that's
that's
when we first heard about
debatable.
them, was
That's
no, I'm
them
just saying
making
like
fun
they
of
are
Fresh and
more
Fit, right?
agreeable. Like they're centrists, you know?
yeah, and we know
Kinda.
what that means.
How
They're
is this any different than the people that you're shitting on? You
they
know what I mean?
literally just throwing a bone to like the people that hate us just because of our politics.
Yeah,
Like, it's
no,
just,
they're
It's
and there's-
low hanging fruit.
There's a market for it.
Yeah.
Certainly. And they're capitalizing on it. That's what it is.
But
Like,
you're right in the way that like I see them talking about like this just pearly things. Like they
Yeah.
do have like takes that I think are
that's why I said
I
they
agree
have
with.
they have a lot of like
Yeah.
agreeable takes, and then they have like some where it's just like
Oh my God.
Wait. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. Oh my, that's life. Sometimes you're gonna agree with someone, and sometimes you're gonna disagree.
These motherfuckers believe in 1,000 genders, but can't believe people hold 2 different opinions.
Yeah.
You guys believe that there's a whole fucking spectrum when it comes to human fucking gender expression, but you can't believe that there's a spectrum when it comes to opinions. that
No,
people
there's
hold?
right and wrong. Get the fuck out of here, man.
it was so disingenuous when like That's when I realized, like, that's actually when I changed my policy of like.
I like how they're looking through our YouTube titles to see like how they can make a narrative about us.
Yeah.
Realizing like there's one video on the cut. There's one video talking about Charleston White wanting to diddle kids. There's one video about pranksters going after people in their regular jobs. There's one video right here that's actually about Hasan being falsely accused, which they glossed over very conveniently. So they're trying to paint a narrative as they're looking through the thing, but you realize they're not making anything very solid, so they're just rambling. But anyways, keep watching.
And the scroll is hard. Like,
Yeah. Say what you want.
If he was so flagrant, it would have been ship, boom, here you go.
Yeah.
Boom, there, boom.
Nah, they've been scrolling.
You keep scrolling.
They're at videos of 2 months ago, and mind you, we put out 5 videos a week.
Come on now, B.
This is the thing. I used to run into this problem with Keemstar where no matter what I said and did, he would, in bad faith, just come up over me and say whatever. And I found out the best way to combat that in my case was to talk more. And I fucking love that game, dude. Like, I love it.
I don't love it.
I like
you're,
it.
You're way more combative.
It's fun. But the thing is,
I just want them to leave me alone. They probably will
just
not.
leave me alone.
That's what Sebastian said.
Hit it. This is their favorite guy who begged
That's
me.
what I want. I want to be left alone.
That's their idol, Sebastian, by the way. I told them, I was like, why don't you guys watch the whole video and then come tell me how embarrassing I am?
Let me think about it.
You don't even watch the videos.
It's so crazy. You said you called us liars and Fresh and Fit defenders without watching the video, and then you get mad at us for not watching. The irony is we linked to your original videos as you asked. People went and watched the original and came out to the same conclusion.
Wow.
Okay, either.
You don't even watch the video. Wow.
Either. Keep it simple. If we made up so many things and lied about you, get your team of researchers, do whatever you got to do, and let's just see it. Let's see you go through all the times we took you out of context and misrepresented you to the point where it made us look disingenuous.
Since you like that game so much.
And I promise
you like that game.
In front of my audience and in front of the world, in front of even Black Jesus himself.
Oh, Jesus.
If I'm lying, I will come up here and I will apologize and add no extra fluff to it. Okay? That's all.
Think about it. Hold on.
Anyway, can someone watch this? He has a video of him with Rolo Tony Browntown saying they're coming after us. Is he pro Rolo
Tony Browntown?
Can you just preview they're coming after us? I want to see that.
I would be genuinely shocked if that were the case. They're probably making fun of him.
I hope so. That would be great.
The other part of this.
He thought we were friends with Rolo Tomasi. That's how fucking crazy.
Just because you watches just thumbnails.
Part of this is that like a lot of the people that they feature in their commentary are people that like.
Hold on, you getting roasted here. If you play Hogwarts Legacy,
wait! You passed on the other one that we were. You a bitch.
You saw that, right?
You a bitch.
That's crazy.
You passed the thumbnail when we defend the dude that's next to you, and you went right to the other. Wow, you a bitch. You are a bitch.
Yo, it's actually insane how disingenuous this man is. It is actually frightening. You can literally see him scrolling as he's lying. It is crazy.
And you calling us a liar?
Yeah.
You a bitch. It's like, oh, I got.
That's crazy. Let's keep watching.
they're bright. They seem bright.
Dude, I don't agree with them ideologically. I don't agree with like a lot of the stuff that they make. They, I think, do way better commentary and way more interesting commentary than Fresh and Fit, which is like literally fucking 14-year-old like, oh, you.
That almost sounded like a compliment until you said you're better than Fresh and Fit. That's like saying, hey, you don't smell like a trash bag. Thanks. Appreciate that, buddy.
How you say that?
I just simply
here. Hasan is a giant
playing the game
hypocrite
'cause
is
you
the
don't wanna get-
title of this chapter.
I was wrong.
Hasan Biker, who's a massive streamer, speaking on this.
The only reason why I'm not playing this game, and I know a bunch of other people are not playing this game, is because we know that it's not worth it to get f***ing bullied endlessly and called transphobic endlessly in when we have massive queer communities and audiences. That's it.
Wait, hold up. You're not playing the game because you don't want to get called transphobic endlessly. Now you know how we felt when you kept doing that to us.
Pause it.
Uh-oh.
First of all, dumbasses, you were being transphobic.
I appreciate the way he did it.
First off, dumbasses.
I kind of like that shit. It was kind of dope the way
Pause that shit. He was super soft, and then when we got to him, listen here. Dumbasses. Yo, I ain't mad at that.
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at
That's
it.
cool.
They're obviously just butthurt at you and operating out of bad faith. That's it.
You're not playing the game because you don't want to get called transphobic endlessly. Now you know how we felt when you kept doing that to us.
Pause it.
Transphobic. 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 Transphobic.
See,
transphobic.
it's just grievance. They're like, he was mean to us, so we're gonna we're
it's
gonna
great
say
commentary,
this now.
man. You fucking got me.
Transphobic. 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 Transphobes. Transphobic. 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 Transphobic.
I mean,
I don't know why. It's even funnier watching him watch himself say transphobic 100 times and just seeing how awkward it is. This is probably the most rewarding edit I've ever done. Watching him react to himself say transphobic a million times is actually one of my greatest editing moments. But anyways.
And I want people to have a more positive approach to dealing with issues.
Transphobes, transphobic, 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 transphobic.
Do we dislike these guys? Probably. Ethan more so than Hasan, but it's fine. It's just, listen, I don't dislike Hasan specifically because of his politics. I think if you're some socialist or whatever the fuck he is, like, it's cool. Go do your thing. I just don't like the way he engages in certain topics, and I don't like the fact that he's the very bully that he himself decries. But he also shows nuance every now and then, and he shows good takes on different topics, so I don't really have that much of a major issue. Ethan, on the other hand, I think is just a different issue. But, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. I don't take this stuff seriously. So, if they want to start a quote-unquote war and be all corny and shit, let them do whatever they want. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below.
If I hate you, I gotta hate everything that you do.